Well, welcome everyone to our today's interview with Juan Cajiao. This guest is an amazing comedian who actually just had a stand-up comedy show last week in Gastown with Pablo Zacarias. And I remember tickets were sold out so fast. But if you missed it, you still have the chance to see him because he will be participating in the Carnavaldelsol 2021 in a stand-up comedy show called, well, stand-up comedy y Magia en español. It will be in the Playhouse August 20th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. with several Latin artists. We have Juan from Colombia, Pablo from Mexico, Camilo Dominguez, Colombia as well, Mariana Santiago from Venezuela, and Felipe Esmeral, he's from Canada. So let's get started. Buenos días.
Very excited. So are we doing this in Spanish, English, French, German? What's going on here?
What can we do? Shall we do it in German? What do you think?
You tell me, you tell me.
Okay, no, let's...
If you hear the ambulances and the cars in the background, I'm so sorry. This is part of working from home, so.
Don't worry, we've all been there.
Okay, you tell me.
Let's keep it in English, add a little bit of Spanish in there, but I'm not sure my German is good enough, so.
Mandarin then. Okay, great.
Okay, first of all, I want to say, Juan, everybody, absolutely everybody loved your show from last week. People were leaving amazing comments online. They were super happy about it. But I want to ask your perspective. How was it to have a show again after COVID? Was it your first show though?
It was my first live show after a year and a half, which was crazy. It was very exciting, nerve-wracking, because again, I had not done it for a year and a half. So yes, I was super excited, but I was scared of going back on stage. People don't get this much from me, but I suffer from stage fright. So every time I'm gonna go on stage, I'm dying. So again, if you add the fact that I had not done this in a year and a half, it was the scariest thing in the past couple of years. Because yes, I've done many shows online, especially for companies. So I do a lot of corporate comedy. But going back to live, to having the audience in front of me, interacting, talking, and all this was such a great experience. And it was amazing that it was in Vancouver, because it was my first time in Vancouver. What an amazing place. What amazing people. The audience was great. People were laughing. People were participating. It was such a great experience.
Well, I was going to ask you next if you were nervous, but you totally answered that.
I was dying. And again, we did 2 shows in a row, because the first one, as you said, was sold out. So the first one, the first 10 minutes, I did like 45 minutes or something. And the first 10 minutes, I was shaking, sweating. I was just dying inside. People don't notice this, but again, it's like me inside. I was just, oh my goodness, this is happening. But then I just connected with the audience and had a blast.
No, and yeah, precisely. You seem so chill, so open. But actually, I mean, not to scare you, but the show at the Playhouse is going to be so big. Like, it's going to be way a bigger event. I mean, we're expecting about 330 people. So, yeah, it's going to be so much fun. But
That's cool. But I just for you to understand how this works, it's easier to make 300 people laugh than to make 10 people laugh. Well, so smaller shows are more intimate and are harder to deliver.
So then are you, because I want to know, how do you feel after the forced break to do such a big show? Like, you're not entering little by little, but would you say you're less nervous than from a smaller show?
I am very excited, less nervous, yes, because I did this first show and it was like, oh, okay, I'm back on the field.
Yeah.
And as I just mentioned, bigger audiences are better than smaller audiences, because in a big audience, if one person laughs, it's contagious. So another person laughs and it just builds a quick atmosphere of laughter. Smaller audiences are, oh my god, that's another story. So still scared, because again, I suffer from stage fright, and every time I'm gonna do a show, I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? But then when I'm on stage, it's like I was born to be there. So I'm just going to kill it.
Okay, I'm sure you will. Like, genuinely, people were so excited about the first show. And actually, I'm really curious. How do you get ready emotionally and then also like professionally wise before such a show? What do you do? What's the process to get ready? And how do you get rid of such a like of
Well,
the
first of all, it's like when you practice, when you do karaoke,
Mhm.
you learn the song that you're gonna perform so well that you're not thinking about the song. It just comes out. So my material, I've done it for years. Like I have several different shows. I have like, I don't know, hours and hours of shows. And it's in my head, right? So I just gotta practice it really quick before the shows, like a day before or 2 days before. I'm reading a lot. My shows is going over them to remember what I'm gonna say. But then again, I know them by heart. So when I'm on stage, the script just comes out and it allows me to get out of my script, improvise, be spontaneous, play around, interact with the audience. So practicing is the main factor to get rid of the nerves. But then mentally, I'm thinking, because again, when you go into a, I don't know, to play soccer, volleyball, whatever sport you play, your mind goes into, okay, I'm gonna win. But when it comes to doing presentations in front of an audience, in front of a group, your mind goes the other way. It's like you're gonna fail, nobody's gonna laugh, the message is not gonna get across. So your mind plays tricks on you, right? So before shows, I go to the bathroom, I talk to myself, I look at myself in the mirror, I pump myself. I'm like, you're gonna kill it, you're gonna do so good, people are gonna love you, to try to like make that mindset go around from failure to really killing it on stage. So I talk to myself, I jump around, I make noises, I scream, all this before shows, because again, it's like in physics, like inertia. If you're standing still, it's very hard to get your body moving. So it's the same thing when you're gonna go on stage to perform. If you're just sitting, being nervous, and that's it, it's very hard to break your body and your body language and your inner self. It's very hard to get that thing going and then kill it on stage. So before any show, I'm jumping, I'm getting my heart pumping, I'm screaming, I'm warming up my voice, my body, everything. And yeah, that's what I do.
Oh wow. Okay, that sounds so much fun to do that for work. I'm jealous. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
So speaking of work, during COVID and everything, what were you doing? Were you doing like online shows, just taking a break?
Yeah, so what I have my business partner and we have a comedy school and event production uh, company. So we thought we were, as a company, we were going to die because again, COVID was changing everything. But we decided to go online. So we ended up teaching our classes. We teach public speaking through comedy. And we ended up growing a lot. So people from all over the world joined the workshops. They loved it. Again, it's a workshop that it's not about only comedy. It's about communicating effectively. It's about personal development, because to do comedy is to understand yourself, to be vulnerable, open up and share what the pain behind your story, what bugs you, what bothers you, what makes you uncomfortable. So comedy is about understanding the not so nice side about yourself and then doing a catharsis. So making it, how do you take that hurts you into comedy? So it's a beautiful process that we take our students through. So that side of our business grew, and then again, we weren't doing any comedy shows, but then companies started to hire us to do a lot of corporate online comedy shows. And again, that side of the business grew as well. And we ended up opening a new line of business. So our comedy side, it's called Mal Pensando, which is like kind of, it translates to, I don't know, like kinky thoughts, or I don't know,
Yeah,
something
like
like that.
how would
And
you
then we ended up opening a new line of business, our corporate arm, which is called Rethink.
Mhm.
So now we teach corporate, we do corporate workshops to help teams connect. So we do team building through comedy. We do effective communication for sales, for inside communication in companies through comedy as well. So comedy is it's the excuse, but we help teams and executives communicate better with their audiences and their teams.
Wow, Juan, I thought you were going to say, oh yeah, I took your break, I went for it. I was like, oh wow, okay, no, you stayed quite busy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Juan, that's all my questions. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to mention?
No, no, just invite people. If you, I don't know when this is gonna air, but for sure, if you speak Spanish, go to the Latino Comedia Latina. I'm not sure what the title is, but we're gonna be doing stand-up comedy in Spanish. It's gonna be a very cool group of people getting together to just make you laugh. We have improv, we have stand-up comedy, we have magic. So it's going to be quite the experience. So make sure to buy your tickets with time because they're going to run out. And I'll see you there.
So, Juan, definitely, I will see you at the Playhouse for, and actually the title is Stand-Up Comedy y Magia en Español. It'll be on August 20, 7 p.m. I'll see you all there. Precisely, buy your tickets. They sell out pretty fast. And actually, also, Juan, don't forget, I'm also going to see you on the 4 days of outdoor events that will be part of the Carnavaldelsol festival starting August 12th. You can also buy your tickets for that, and it's on Carnavaldelsol.ca. Well, thank you very much, Juan. Have an excellent evening. It was such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me here. And that's it. Hopefully you take away a little bit of my story, but you go see us so that you get the funny part of me on stage.